something that I thought was interesting was I saw that Lake News Online, May 9th, said that after the May 1st Camden County Commission meeting, the county attorney, Charlie Dickman, gave an update on the TCLA dissolution process, right? You'll remember that in 2024, the court ruled that Lake Area Business District and its enabling statutes are invalid and void in their entities. That's the Tri-County Lodging Association and the business districts, Miller, Morgan, and Camden County small and big business districts, or large and big. Now, in June of 2024, when this took place, there was a period of time where the lodging tax was still being collected.
They were still collecting that money.
Right, and what that was a percentage on everyone who stayed in a lodging resort, paid an additional percentage. That money used to go into the business districts, which would then fund the Tri-County Lodging Association. The Tri-County Lodging Association would then apply to the State of Missouri Division of Tourism for matching dollars grant, up to $800,000. They would use that money to market and promote Lake of the Ozarks, and they would also use that to help fund some of the things locally. Fishing tournaments, firework displays, right? We saw that over Memorial Day. Lodge of Four Seasons, Margaritaville said, hey, we can't have our fireworks shows because there's no money from TCLA, and you start to wonder, well, maybe the TCLA going away could have some impact on the lake area. Well, with all of this money sitting there, it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Well, Judge Deborah Daniels is now presiding over the case, and she's in charge of dissolving the business districts and redistributing the remaining funds to the counties, or Camden County, and they're set to receive more than $2.7 million in funds. Now, if you're wondering, why did the 3% not go back to the people who stayed? Well, that would have been a nightmare, and there was an opportunity on a public hearing on April 14th at Miller County Courthouse for residents to put in a claim for those funds. There were no claims submitted, and so at this point in time, it looks like $2.7 million is going over the commission, and they get to do whatever they want with, and that's tax dollars. That really is tourism dollars that was collected from visitors down here, and the lodging establishments are the one who really collected that and then sent that to the business districts. So that's going to the commission. And I think the question now is like, what's the commission, Camden County Commission, going to do with an excess $2.7 million? I could think of a whole lot the commission could and probably should be doing with that money. However, seeing it was collected by TCLA, the business districts, and it was used to promote the lake, or would have been, there is a push, and Commissioner James Gohagan feels like, hey, we want to make sure these funds are used properly, even though we don't have access to them yet. He's already put in a request to Judge Daniels to get $800,000 of that $2.7 million, and he would plan, he says, speaking with him, to fund the CVB's amplified marketing program so they could get the $800,000 match from the Division of Tourism,
that would be a good idea.
State of Missouri. That would then put $1.6 million under the direct control of Heather Brown and the Convention and Visitors Bureau to not only market and promote Lake of the Ozarks, but in addition, start planning for 4th of July fireworks displays. Whether you like it or not, firework displays are funded by tax dollars, and this is visitor dollars that's now going to the commission. I love the forward thinking by Commissioner James Gohagan. He wants to get $800,000 early, and there's going to be some waiting and some processes and talking with him and Charlie Dickman, the county counselor or attorney. But I think this is great. Look, everybody was so upset about no fireworks over Memorial Day weekend. They were so upset about, hey, taxpayer dollars shouldn't be used for that. There was all kinds of questions. Well, this $2.7 million is going to the commission. So Camden County is going to have to do something. And if they can take $800,000 of that, put it into this Convention and Visitors Bureau and get that doubled by the state of Missouri, not only can we have plenty of fireworks shows over 4th of July, should they choose, but that's going to market and promote the Lake of the Ozarks across the country at a level that guys like us, Lake Expo, KRMS, LOZ app, just aren't able to or have that buying power. So I think this is great, and I would like to applaud Commissioner James Gohagan for this. And it may not be popular with a certain percentage of people, but I see no harm in seeing $800,000 of that get doubled to market and promote the lake and hopefully fund some local events. Because another thing, all these huge fishing tournaments, massive fishing tournaments, they would get a little bit of help to make them bigger and attract thousands of people to the lake. Well, there's no one helping fund those big tournaments that are attracting thousands of people down here. So this is interesting, and I would I'd like to applaud James Gohagan. It's 13th Judicial Circuit Court Honorable Judge Deborah Daniels that is overseeing this and is gotten the request from Commissioner Gohagan and apparently asked some follow-up questions. And so, hey, I think great. Get the ball started before you even have access to those funds. Like, I think it was great.
Well, and maybe what the idea should be is do this for the next few years. Do another 800,000 next year and the year after that to get those matching funds. And maybe that would give Heather Brown and that whole group at least a couple years to figure out how to move forward, how to promote the lake, how to raise those funds, maybe in a different way.
I think that Heather Brown and her organization, like, they know how to do that. They've done it effectively over the last couple of years, and now being the only self-funded DMO in the state of Missouri, I think it'd be a big win there. But anyway, I also, Matt Sutcliffe brought up from, used to own Bear Bottom Resort, $2.7 million. I can't take the credit for this, but he said, put that in a money market account, $150,000 in interest a year, that you could put directly to the CVB to double the $300,000, but could make a commitment and never touch the 2.7. But there are options there, and it's cool to see that the commission, with all they've got going on, are planning on being diligent with this and potentially doing something that would be very unique but helpful for our area.
Absolutely.